you for making the time to be here with us today. I know we all live very busy lives, so I know that it takes great effort to make the time to attend these types of events. Similarly, thanks to the viewers who are joining us online. I hope that the overview of the 2025 year shows how hard this city council has been working. So I would like to first start off by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to some of the people that have collaborated and worked along with the Belmopan City Council on different projects. So just to give them some acknowledgement on behalf of myself, my councillors, and the Belmopan City Council, we would like to thank the Honorable Oscar Mira, Area Representative for Belmopan, the Reconstruction and Development Corporation, NITCH, Bridge 501, Embassy of Republic of China, Taiwan, Taipei City, who is our sister city, Taiwan Global Pathfinders Initiative, Embassy of Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, Ministry of Tourism, Belize Tourism Board, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Sustainable Development, PACT, Ministry of Transport, Ministry of Human Development, Belize Collection, University of Belize, Ministry of Home Affairs, and the Belmopan, well, the Police Department, specifically the Belmopan branch, the Rotary Club of Belmopan, the churches, all the churches in the Belmopan area, Playa del Carmen, Mexico, Belmopan Trojans basketball team, and the Tri-County Black Chamber of Commerce from Texas. I would like to also express some or share some special accomplishments that we did or we managed to do this 2025. We thankfully managed to secure or get a letter of good standing from the Belize Social Security Board. We completed the 2017 to 2024 audit of the Belmopan City Council. We've managed to achieve 2 pickup per week of residential garbage citywide. We've completed phase 1 of the Belmopan Youth Climate Action Fund, which we received through the Bloomberg Philanthropies. The first phase was 100,000 Belize dollars, which allowed us to assist, I think it was 8 youth groups that did some projects between 2024 and 2025. And thankfully, we managed to start and execute phase 2 of that same Youth Climate Action Fund, which had an increased value of 200,000 Belize dollars. One of the other accomplishments was that I was, as your mayor, was selected to speak as a guest speaker at the 2025 Smart City Summit Expo in Taipei, Taiwan. We managed to execute for the second year a job summer program which employed 100 students for 3 weeks in 2 different phases. We managed to receive a presentation from the CRIM, which stands for Centro de Recaudación de Ingresos Municipales, which showed us how they utilize a GIS platform to manage property tax. We finalized the Belmopan Climate Action Plan, and this one has not been completed yet, but I I'm going to announce it because I'm hoping that in 1 or 2 meetings, we will finally finalize a new collective bargaining agreement with the Christian Workers Union, which has been outstanding for 15 years. I would like to share some of the classes or courses that the City Council managed to execute for the public. We had executed a Jiu-Jitsu women and kids self-defense class, which occurred on numerous weekends. We partnered and executed a Belize first elite basketball camp here in Belmopan. We executed for a second year a health and wellness fitness program. We executed it twice this year as well. And 2 months ago, we executed a sewing program which had 3 components: a basic or introduction course, a uniform course for schools, and a sporting attire sewing class. So it was for 17 participants that signed up, and all of them managed to complete the 3 topics. We also had some council events that we believe were new and important. To start off the year, we introduced the year with the New Year's free concert. After that, we also had a National Cleanup Day in collaboration with the Ministry of Sustainable Development and 5Cs. We had a Mayor's Cup football marathon. We brought back to life again the Miss Belmopan, and we executed the first culinary festival in Belmopan as well. We managed to sign 3 MOUs this year. One was with Unicommer Belize to promote traffic challenges and promote road safety. We also signed a MOU with the Ministry of Public Service, where we would recognize public officers who have served 25 years or more in the service. And the final MOU was with the Taiwan Global Pathfinders Initiative. Through this, we managed to secure a student exchange, and that is how we managed to complete the Belmopan Climate Action Plan. We also did some sister city explorations. We are in discussions with Playa del Carmen in Quintana Roo, Mexico. We are in discussions on this specific one that's coming up. It's not just Belmopan. It is Belmopan, Orange Walk, and San Pedro, who are in discussions for sister city relations with Bacalar, Quintana Roo. And as well as I had visited Lajas, Puerto Rico to start that sister city relations as well. It is a community very similar to Belmopan, which has approximately 30,000 residents. So we believe we have a lot in common. And the final sister city exploration is with Fresno, California, which we are presently in discussions with as well. This year, myself and some of the councillors attended some expos and conferences. We had participated in a 3C Expo, which was to promote coffee, chocolate, and culture in Miramar, Florida. We also participated in the 2025 Smart City Summit and Expo in Taipei, Taiwan. We attended the ESRI User Conference for 2025 in San Diego, California. We attended Experiencia Puerto Rico, which is designed for representatives, leaders, and mayors of Latin America and Central America. We also attended the 27th Inter-American Conference of Mayors and Local Authorities in Miami, Florida. We also attended a water and wastewater conference in San Pedro, Belize, and also participated in a building of a zone of peace in the Caribbean. Some of the new systems which we've been working on within the council we started a campaign to minimize or to hopefully stop corruption by the implementation of a hotline at the council, which is a 675-TEL. We also started a lot of initiatives with GIS, Geographic Information Systems, where we started a data collection initiative to log across the city where there's garbage or debris on buffers, where derelict vehicles are found, overgrown lots, potholes, and blocked drains. This was just a data collection initiative for our record as we move forward in trying to implement new systems. We also, thankfully today, we managed to launch the online 2025 trade license application, which also uses geotagging. We are presently in a parallel testing phase for a new traffic system, so that should also be coming online very, very soon. And to close off a summary of what happened this year, I just wanted to express some of the ongoing projects that we're working on, or systems, which is the implementation of a GIS system for task management and citizen science, where residents would be able to report issues within the city directly from their phones with a geotag of the problem area. We are also working on a city expansion of Belmopan. We are presently working on and testing a live tracking of council vehicles for better council asset management. We are also testing live tracking of garbage trucks. This one will be for public view so that residents can see where the garbage trucks are at any point in time, and could also get notifications when the garbage truck is 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes away from your home. Finally, we are working on developing a Uber-style framework system for taxis so that we can improve the transparency and safety of our residents and taxi operators. So this is basically an overview of what the council on a whole, myself and the councillors have been working on and participated in. I will leave it up to my head of departments to explain a little bit more in detail on their specific departments, so that you can have a better appreciation of some of the details that I touched, and in addition to what I didn't touch. So thanks again for being here, and good night. I forgot one key ministry that is always very supportive and always willing to work with us, a Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. As you guys can see, I whispered that one in his ear because I got to make sure he take care of it, because I don't dare go back to that ministry and they rail up with me. Anyhow, thanks again, Mayor, for that address. At this time, I'd like to call on the gentleman that has been helping the mayor with the organization of the city council, especially at the administrative level. And I'll just ask him to come up and give a few remarks on some of the issues that he faced when he first got in and where we are and where he plans to guide the managers of the Belmopan City Council as we continue on this journey in the development of this beautiful garden city. Give a round of applause, please, for our City Administrator, Mr. Mario Cruz.
Of department, council staff that are out here tonight, ladies and gentlemen present, and our online viewers. I think the mayor summed up very much what has happened, what is about to happen also. But nevertheless, today is not only about looking back at what the council has accomplished for the year 2025, but also to reflect on what you, the citizens of Belmopan, how have you contributed to make this possible? And in this quest, I would first want to recognize the dedicated staff and emphasize on the creativity and the resilience of all our HODs. We have endured and make all these successful things happen. As we move Belmopan forward, and we modernize its operations, strengthen community services, and navigate the unexpected daily obstacles. This team has shown that progress is possible when determination meets collaboration. As our mayor rightfully listed out, I think it's a long list of super partners and supporters in this quest. Each achievement that our HODs will point out a little bit more elaborate is a testament of our ability and adaptability and the perseverance and to keep moving forward when the path is difficult. On behalf of the Belmopan City Council's elected body, its management and administration, and the staff, I would like to thank you for being here and for the viewers to take the time to view online. I thank you for the support and the commitment for our shared 2025 progress. We humbly at the Belmopan City Council ask for your commitment as we move into 2026. Each of our head of departments will soon present each department's achievement, and I would like to ask for you to pay keen attention at our financials and how our financials affect our works that we deliver. It is your contribution, and this is where your voice comes to actions, your taxes, your participation. The city needs plenty of work, but only so much can happen with what you participate on. Therefore, I will just leave it for the HODs to point out in details. Thank you very much.
I don't know which one Tala, if that is here or the mayor, but I think that the mayor, because his speech was longer and his was very short. So thank you, CA. That was well done. Thank you very much, CA. And I'm not going to hold up anymore. We have quite a bit of information to give out to the general public today. So we're going to go straight into it, and we're going to start with our presentations. And first off, we're going to have Mr. Efrain Novello. He'll be presenting on two departments for us, human resources and local economic development. So he'll be up here for two presentations. So let's give him a round of applause, please, Mr. Efrain Novello.
evening to all, those who are joining us this evening, and those at home, our beautiful residents of the most beautiful city in Belize, city of Belmopan. As director of the program, my good friend JB mentioned, I am Efrain Novello, attached very much to my good friend now, the mayor and the city administrator. Let me say this. Before tonight, we were forewarned by the director, the most able JB, to stay within 3 minutes of our presentation. Managers failure to comply, which he did not share this with you, but he did with me, shall obligate you, all of us, to do a 20 hours community service before Christmas. So stay within 3 minutes, because those at home and those here want to ask the questions. This rule, I believe, JB, is so that we could remain on target, because this agenda is very tight. And so it is that I commence my brief presentation, which shall be more of a pictorial, but a very factual story. I wish to say this, as of today, a handful of us from the council, because of the mayor's and the councilor's strategic vision on how to move Belmopan forward, are engaged in a good governance program with one of the 2 universities in Belize. You heard the 2 words, good governance. It so happens that on this very first day of the course that we are taking, the participants were reminded of the 8 principles that define good governance. This evening's exemplifies, for most part, all 8 principles of good governance, such as accountability, transparency, and the rule of law. 3 very key words: accountability, transparency, and the rule of law. As a former and retired diplomat, I take these 3 principles seriously wherever I have been. It's very important. So what started already and what will continue this evening exemplifies that good governance. And now the PowerPoint presentation, which in the absence of a human resources director at council, I was asked to fill in the gap, which I will do, as I mentioned, very much via images, because I do believe that the pictures that I'm going to share with you will tell a better story than me wasting our time with words, beautiful words. So here you go. In all organizations, I would argue, a key component of human resources is training. And I will tell you that this administration is very much behind training human resources of its staff. And this comes straight from the city administrator. He's very much into it. Again, the councillors and the managers will tell you, residents at home and those here, that when Team Pablo took over, the morale at council was that low that one would argue that it was fairly easy to bring it up, raise the bar. But I would want to argue that it's far more difficult just to manage different personalities in an organization like a council. And so it is that the councillors, the mayor, and the city administrator have always encouraged socials, activities, just to stimulate the morale of our staff. And the mayor mentioned it, the union and collective bargaining. So those three would be strictly on the human resources department. Here, we have a total of 242 staff dash employees, which means those that you see all in the mornings either cleaning in front of your yard, the drain, or patching holes. 242. The four largest departments is a newly created department, the Climate Action and Environmental Solutions, with 81, followed by Infrastructure Maintenance. Again, it's a new department. At one time, it was called Engineering. Now it's Infrastructure Maintenance with 34. Fleet, I think it's a new department as well because we have a manager on board. And what the mayor, what the mayor alluded to, that it provides for better management of all the motorized assets of the council, which, as an example, when we landed at City Hall, there was 1.5 compactor, I would argue. Now we have 5 up and running. And the last one will be traffic. We have 28. And the traffic manager will tell you that he still needs more. And I believe that the residents are demanding more traffic officers 24/7 up until Sundays. And that, I believe, is coming. Let me go back to those pictures that you see on the screen are exactly what I was referring to with training. Report writing, basic report writing as provided by Beltrade. We have all kind of employees, from staff, office workers, all the way to manual workers. They participated in this training with Beltrade, and they all excel. So that's the kind of level, the bar that we are raising at council. Indeed, as the mayor just reminded me, a handful of our employees have participated in basic computer training. Here we have NEMO first aid training. You would be surprised to find out that this training in particular is so vital, especially with the kind of accidents that we're seeing almost every day. And our traffic wardens have been trained in first aid. And the mayor alluded to this as well. That kind of rapport that we have with foreign cities, and in this instance is the city of Playa del Carmen. They have provided their generosity by giving us 1 week of training to 2 senior officers at council, traffic officers. And another one is coming up next year. The social part of it, as I mentioned, to boost morale, the productivity. Things like this, people don't realize that the manual workers at council appreciate so much. As an example, on Labor Day, councillors, in one of the pictures you will see Deputy Mayor, Councillor Florita Botes, the mayor, the city administrator, the finance director, waking up 5 in the morning just to serve hot coffee and Johnny cake and fried jacks to our employees. And they're so grateful for things like this. On Mother's Day, again, we believe in pampering with much love and affection for female employees, regardless if you're a mama or not. Once you're a female, you're encouraged to participate. Same goes with dads. We also pamper our dads at council. In this instance, is providing barbering. And if you recognize the most handsome one there, I wouldn't put myself there, Dean. I see you're laughing. It's you I was referring to. Yeah. So again, we would partner with ministries in Belmopan. This was a field day. Our employees participated all out, I could tell you. This was so fun that I think it's happening again around June this next year. And the city administrator has assured employees that we will participate once more. Now, once you keep culture alive, there you have it, for employees. I have a little video there, but I'm not going to play it in the interest of time. You see the third slide, we have Miss Emily doing her demonstration of a very typical Garifuna dance along with our traffic warden, Lyle Zuniga. It was so beautiful, masterly done. Again, on this day, the mayor and councillors provided sahau, hope I'm pronouncing it right, and we had drummers. These are the kind of things that boost morale with employees. Now, our activities that the Human Resources Department would partner with civil societies, NGOs, ministries, and in this instance, we have walks, activism against diabetes. We also partner with the United Nations at the BNME Roundabout. These are the kind of things that the city administrator is very much involved. And the unions, the mayor said it has been 15 years without an agreement. And my estimation, since I'm part of the team, that early next year, council and CW will be signing something officially. And that's a big achievement, that by itself. That is human resources. And then I will let the director just cue me. Muchas gracias, JB. Thank you. I was given a cue that I only have 2 minutes to do this, so I'm going to run it through. Look, I said good governance, and it's very important. And I need to remind residents and those present with us today, here in this auditorium, that because of the good governance that Mayor Pablo Kawich and the councillors have brought to this council at City Hall, that is the reason why the diplomatic community has reached out to us at City Hall to try to collaborate with us. Compared what I will show you briefly with what was done before. This is just a very brief show of what good governance could do to any organization. Because if the foreign entities out there will look up to you and say, this is a serious crowd, this is the crowd that we want to work with. Diplomatic outreach program. We have a new media policy. Again, accountability and transparency that comes within the media policy, which I don't believe any council in this country has one. But we do have one now. We have, on the natural disaster, we have a revised hurricane plan. The project proposals is something that we have reactivated, re-energized. We have partnered with the private sector, and the last slide would be others. Mayor mentioned about his visit with his delegation to the city of Taipei. He is humble enough that he didn't want to share with us, but I will, that of the 5 foreign mayors that were invited, he was the only one that was asked to do 2 speeches. All the others, they only did one. When they approached my office for the mayor's participation, it was uneasy because the theme was artificial intelligence, smart cities, how Taipei could help the city of Belmopan. You will see beautiful things happening next year. So based on this, we also have, the mayor alluded to it, Playa del Carmen, because La Presidenta Municipal de Playa del Carmen was also present in Taipei. And it was there that we established that linkage with Playa del Carmen. And upon our return, respectively, to Quintana Roo and the city of Belmopan, La Presidenta extended an invitation to Mayor Pablo Kawich. He took the opportunity, he led a delegation there, and out of that, we are hoping that early next year, we're going to sign the official sister city agreement between the city of Belmopan and Playa del Carmen. And we will focus there on archaeology, culture, and sports. Three very important things that councillors right there who are joining us are very much interesting, and tourism. Now, Mayor also alluded to this, that the Global Pathfinders Initiative is something that the Embassy of Taiwan reached out to us. We took, myself and the city administrator, we grabbed it and we ran with it. Out of that, the program sent us a summer intern for 1 month, very capable individual. She was tagged to Mr. Castillo's department, environment, and she has revised our climate action plan, soon to be released. And that is the inbound. The outbound is where our good councillor, Chris Enriquez, participated. He just came back from Taipei under the same program, the Global Pathfinders Initiative. Here we have Councillor Chris doing 1 month workshop training on sustainable tourism. That's one of his portfolios. It's a beautiful program. And because we are not selfish, other municipalities are also benefiting from this initiative, Belize City and Orange Walk. But it all started from the office of your mayor. We have, again, Bacalar. Mayor mentioned it. It's going to be a partnership amongst San Pedro, Orange Walk, and Belmopan. They will be signing an agreement again with the beautiful city of Bacalar. Strictly, again, archaeology, sports, tourism. When the diplomatic community reached out either to the city administrator or to the mayor with these kind of initiatives, I've always supported it. I've always encouraged councillors and the council to go for it because it shows what as a diplomat I will call our public diplomacy outreach. We need to show residents the kind of activities that we are involved. Here we have a Japanese group of dancers. Of the 2 municipalities that they participated, Belmopan was one. The other was Dangriga. Again, it's because of the good governance that this administration brings to City Hall, that those embassies look up to us now versus before. Here I'm saying re-engaging the city residents fairly and transparently. I remind residents and those with us this evening, media policy. It has been shared with all the employees, all the councillors, because we do believe in that kind of accountability and transparency, respect for the residents. We have a protocol in place now. Natural disasters, refocusing in order to be prepared just to manage effectively natural disasters. Everybody knows about the climate change. Everybody knows. So every year we're seeing more rains that affects our residents. So we have revised our hurricane preparedness plan, re-strategizing in an effort just to build human capital and improve the council's motorized assets. We have prepared project proposals to foreign entities, and in one instance, we have been informed that likelihood of it happening very successful next year, and the residents will be informed and invited duly for that event. Mayor also mentioned about the private sector partnership that we have been involved, and Councillor Radin Santos was very much instrumental in this, since the portfolio of transport comes under his office. Here we partner with Unicomer Belize. We signed an MOU. Everybody knows Unicomer as courts, and focusing strictly on a campaign engineered by our PR department, led by our Master of Ceremonies, JB. It's very important. And court selected motorcycle accident, the incidences of this kind of accidents in the city. And they also gave us, as donation, helmets and some vests. Very important partnership. I repeat, because of the good governance that this administration has in place now. My friends at home, here in the auditorium, I leave you with this quote. If you try to put social and cultural development ahead of economic development, it does not work. You have to do it all together. Social, culture, and economic. Once you have those three in synchronized, you will have beautiful results. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you on behalf of my wife who always accompanies me and my family at home and the office of the mayor. We want to wish all those at home Feliz Navidad y un próspero año nuevo. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador. I just want to ask who's taking the names for the community service. He just did for 2 departments, so that's now 40 hours Mr. Novello will be putting in for community service, because I don't know what clock he's using, but that was not 3 minutes. Thank you, Ambassador. Well done. At this time, I know I have my very good friend that has been waiting to come up here to give his short but very important presentation, the IT department that keeps us connected technologically. Is that correct, Mayor? Keeps us connected to the world. Please give a round of applause for our IT manager, Mr. Gabriel Eck.
Good night, everyone. I'll be brief. I won't be in much detail as my colleague, Mr. Novello, but just bear with me, please.
Welcome, IT manager.
All right, the IT department. Basically, what my presentation will entail is the following. A brief description of what IT does, my team, software, email, web hosting, followed by projects that we're primarily dealing with, and lastly, training. A brief description of IT department is as follows. Our IT department have been responsible for managing, securing, and maintaining the entire technological infrastructure of the Belmopan City Council and its digital services to efficiently serve our citizens of Belmopan. Our key functions include infrastructure management, which entails our LAN, Wi-Fi, our server, our storage, and so on. We also deal with technical support and training for our staff, troubleshooting hardware and software issues on a daily basis, and software application and management, primarily financial management as it relates to our QuickBooks system. The IT team consists of myself, the IT manager. We have two techs, which are Mr. Adrian Johnson and Mr. Lionel Williams. As mentioned earlier, we have software which we utilize on a daily basis at Belmopan City Council, which entails for our accounts department is the QuickBooks. We have a collaboration software which we utilize as Slack, which all our managers use and key members of staff utilize for our team collaborative projects or whatever messaging platform that we engage in. We also have our webmail services, which we utilize for all primary staff. We utilize also Bluehost, which provides services for our website, as shown on the screen, which is our website, which is being maintained by the IT department on a regular. Projects, as I mentioned earlier, which we're primarily dealing with, is we're working to develop a new traffic management system for our traffic department, which should engage customers with more effective and efficient way of dealing with our traffic services for the entire city of Belmopan. That's something we're primarily working on, and it should be out rolling in the coming of January, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. In regards to training, we have multiple different trainings that we are engaging in the department. Primarily, most of us, including myself, we're participating in Udemy training, which involves web development, CCNA, which is a network certification for both of our IT technicians. We also have a Slack training, which our techs are primarily dealing with so that they are more familiar with engaging other members of staff as to how the platform is being utilized. And also a training which I went to or participated in was with JICA in a ICT project management planning. All right, I was there for about a month in Japan to deal with that primarily training from Mayor Pablo. And to summarize, as mentioned, the IT department, in essence, is the technological backbone for the entire department, supporting internal operations and playing a role in electronic delivery of services to all our residents of Belmopan. Thank you.
See, Mr. Navarro, that's how you do it. Thank you, Mr. Ek. Like I promised, short and sweet. And to move on with our presentations, at this time, I'd like to call on our events manager, Mr. Richard Botes, to give us an overview of the events of this year.
Good night, everyone. I don't like community service, so I will make it very short. An overall view of what the events department has done in the past year. The mayor and the city administrator has already mentioned a couple of events that we have established within this year but I will go into a little more detail into what we have accomplished. As we all know, Belmopan leads forward with our night market, and it shows every month when we present that spectacular event that is called the night market for Belmopan. We have been growing together as a community, and what we engage in every aspect of our night market is to bring economic development and the community together. We have successfully delivered several major community events, including our signature night markets and September celebrations, which continue to provide economic opportunities for small businesses and local vendors. We also coordinated beloved holidays activities, such as our September celebrations, Easter events, Christmas tree lighting ceremonies, creating spaces where families could celebrate and enjoy quality time together. Our team supported national and civic events like World Diabetes Day, Women's Month activities, Father and Mother's Day, events, health fairs, ensuring that every event was well organized, safe, and impactful. All of these initiatives helped strengthen community unity, pride, and participation across Belmopan and all its communities. A major pillar of our work this year was expanding our support for vendors, youths, and community organizations. We introduced clearer vendor guidelines, improved booth layouts, and strengthened our communication systems to ensure that every vendor received timely information and enjoyed a smooth experience at our events. We continued supporting youth and sports, cultural activities, and school programs, creating opportunities for young people to showcase their talents, participate in public events, and stay positively engaged. In addition, we depended on collaboration with NGOs, community groups, and private partners. These partners highlight what is possible when we work together for the good of Belmopan. As we look ahead, the events department remains committed to elevating our city's cultural landscape, creating more opportunities for connection and delivering events that reflect the pride and spirit of Belmopan. Thank you, and we look forward to serving you in the year's end. With that said, I would like to publicly congratulate and thank my staff for the hard work that we have done, the Belmopan City Council, councillors, and the mayor, for all what they have done for us to be able to present what we have done for the past year. Thank you very much and good night.
Thank you, Mr. Botes. Mayor, I think I might have to, this events manager, he really don't want to know community service because the man name mentioned that at the end of this month we're having one of our grandest events. Mr. Manager, our free New Year's Eve concert. Come on, Mr. Manager, get the people out. Anyway, good job, Richard. Thank you so much. And I'll just move on ahead. And right now we have the manager that keeps the Belmopan City Council moving, right, CA? Keeps us moving every day. So let me call up our fleet manager, Mr. Mauricio.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen, viewers. I was hired to be the fleet manager approximately a year and a half ago. Um, um, in the fleet team presently consists of 28 members, 1 mechanic, 2 storekeepers, 18 heavy-duty operators, 4 regular drivers, and 2 manual workers. Upon given the charge of managing the fleet department, the first thing I had to do was find a good mechanic. When we arrived at the Belmopan City Council, sadly there was no mechanic, so most of the work was outsourced. Our main responsibilities is to ensure that all equipment are operational, ensure all equipment are properly being operated with attention to safety and proper care. Ensure our vehicles are licensed and insure, distribute and monitor fuel consumption, oversee the distribution and accountability and safekeeping of all equipment, vehicles, tools on a daily basis. This ensuring equipment are properly used. In order to carry out this duty, we have a scheduled servicing and maintenance for each equipment, monitoring of fuel and assets. We have 2 storekeepers who are responsible for signing in and signing out of every single tool from a rake up to any heavy-duty equipment or vehicle. So that's our means of accountability for all the council's assets. These are just a few, these are all the equipments, newly equipments acquired, assigned to the different departments. I'll start with the highest department, the Climate Action Department. As you can see, we acquired 2 new zero-turns, a new tractor, a new bush hog, and 14 weed whackers. In addition to that, we acquired a shredder, 3 new garbage compactors. As was mentioned before, when we arrived at the council, garbage was being collected with 1 dump truck and 1 compactor, and 2 which needed repair. From those 2 that needed repair, 1 has been repaired and 3 new garbage compactors have been acquired. The IM department, the Infrastructure and Maintenance department, has also received equipment. As you can see, we have a new grader, which the past administration did not have. We have a second backhoe added to the fleet. We have a small flatbed Toyota truck, which is used in the maintenance department, and a new second dump truck. Apart from those assets, the IM department also received a heavy-duty roller, a mini drive roller, and an excavator. Apart from that, we also added some trailers. As you can see, specifically a heavy-duty trailer, which we use to transport our heavy-duty equipment, a bobcat, which is multi-use, can be used for loading and also as a street sweeper. There you can also see the painting machine, which I assume you guys have seen working late hours of the night. The traffic department has also received new assets, 4 new motorcycles, and a new traffic truck, which fitted with all the necessary accessories such as the siren and the lights. The administration as well has acquired 2 new Toyota Hilux. To summarize all the acquired assets, trimmers, we inherited 11. We acquired in the past year 14 new ones. Drive mowers, we inherited 1, acquired 2 new ones. Plate compactors, we inherited 1, acquired 2. Mini drive rollers did not exist, and now we have 1. Trailers, 4. We added 3 new trailers. Bush hog, we had 1 now, and we added another 1. The painting machine, the shredder, are new to the fleet as well. We did not have any of those. Dump trucks, we added another 1, making it 2. Backhoe, we have 2 backhoes now, another 1 to the addition. Tractors, we have 1 new tractor. Heavy duty roller, 1. Excavator, 1. Grader, 1. Which the past administration did not have. And small trucks, which are used for administration. We had 4, and 4 more were acquired. Work in progress, as I mentioned before, only a dump truck and a garbage compactor was utilized to pick up garbage throughout the city. We managed to acquire 3 new ones and repair another 1. Now, presently, we have 4 garbage compactors which are responsible for the daily collection of garbage, and 1 which is readily available for any backup. Presently, we are also installing GPS tracking devices, as the mayor mentioned before. This is for the safe keep of our equipment, and I believe that this app will be available to the public so they can track in real time the location of the garbage compactors. Work in progress as well. We are working on all the older equipment that was inherited, doing body works and painting them. So you might think it's new equipment that we have acquired, but we're just trying to uplift the older ones that we inherited, right? Also, work in progress. This administration is really into building capacity of our personnel. So the fleet department has taken the initiative to cross-train heavy equipment operators, whereby they will have the capacity to utilize more than 1 equipment, benefiting them as an individual and the city as well in having the necessary operators to conduct their daily operations. In conclusion, the fleet department is proud to say that 95% of repairs are done in-house, contributing to an overall cost saving and efficiency of the council's operations. This is thanks to the mechanic that I literally took over 2 months to search almost the entire country of Belize, and another 2 weeks to convince him to leave his job and come and work for the council. So luckily we have hired a well-rounded mechanic who is capable of fixing almost anything, right? Also, maintenance of assets, as I have mentioned, is our priority. Ensuring that all departments have the necessary equipment to upkeep and for the necessary upkeep and proper management of the city. So if fleet is slacking or is not really operating up to standards, then it causes a chain reaction throughout the other departments, right? Because everyone depends on the equipment to carry out the services of the city. In conclusion, I would like to say, I would like to express a sincere thank you to all the members of the fleet department. These guys, as they say, go above and beyond. I can call them on weekends, holidays, late at night, and they're always willing to respond. You might have seen them, especially during the rainy season when we have to, when we have emergencies in regards to flooding. You might see these guys working out there. So my sincere thank you to the fleet staff, and thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Fleet Manager. Tingnan man BL script the community service. Script it. Ah, you make it. You have to go to community service. Boy. Thank you, Mr. Mauricio. Great presentation. At this time, this is one of the new departments that the mayor mentioned, the Climate Action and Environmental Solutions Department, formerly known as the Sanitation Department. Oh, wait, sorry, it's traffic, I'm sorry. Why I miss out the most important bali there? I'm sorry. Traffic Department, Mr. Anthony Lewis.
Pleasant good evening to one and all. Thanks for making the time to be here. Must acknowledge the mayor, CA, councillors, and most important, the councillor responsible for my department, Mr. Radin Santos, Traffic. Before I continue with my presentation, I must say thanks to my entire staff. Without them, the department wouldn't be where it is today. For those who don't know me by name, my name is Anthony Lewis. I'm the newly appointed traffic manager to the Belmopan City Council. Started April of this year, 2025, and going approximately 8 months. When I took over the traffic department, the aim of the council was to, like what Mr. Novello said, to make sure that the city council traffic department shows accountability and transparency in that department. And I was placed there with the responsibility of making sure that these are carried through. I have some 5 points on my presentation. One is how we expanded the traffic warden team. At present, we have 17 wardens, 16 male and 1 female. In the very near future, we'll grow to 24 wardens. Hopefully, we can get some more females because we're lacking females, only 1. We need some more females. When I got the appointment to the traffic department, one of my roles was to strengthen the department, have an oversight, and the proper coordination of the duties assigned to the traffic department. We also saw an increase and an upgrade in the fleet with the new motorcycles the fleet manager showed a while ago, motorcycles and a new pickup truck. enhancing administrative structure. We're now offering faster, more efficient service provided to the public. We have cracked down on illegal activities, including the sale of fraudulent license stickers and other vehicle-related documents. The department has seen the proper management of our customer files. We're now fully logging them, organizing them, and entering them into our database. We have continuous service during our lunch hours. The Department of Traffic is not closed. Between lunchtime, you can go and get your services, licensing your vehicle, or whatever service you need for your vehicle. We do not interrupt this service we offer to the public. Special thanks to the Belmopan City Council, the mayor, and all the councillors who have seen the need for the increase of vehicles to our fleet. And so we got the new motorcycles, and now we're doing patrol on a mobile and on motorcycles. We have done public awareness and education, ongoing driver education on the proper use of motor vehicles and motorcycles. As late as last week, we had some of our wardens attend a traffic enforcement training, which was a joint effort between the police department, the Belmopan City Council Traffic Department, and National Transport. Our safety campaign continues, delivering to our public relations department, where you have seen flyers, ads, different commercials advising the public on the proper use and safety. Safety is our number one priority at the council. Public awareness on road rules and the consequences of unsafe and improper use of vehicles and motorcycles. We have reached out to schools at the primary school level, high school level, and we're emphasizing on the safety and traffic education seminars at those levels. The traffic department has also assisted the community with many different services: funeral escorts, traffic control at school junctions, coordination of schools and citizen parades. We do roadblocks for weeks, assistance to church-related events, traffic department, traffic management for social walks and runs, traffic support for sporting events, and support for personal functions. In conclusion, the traffic department remains committed to serving the residents of Belmopan with integrity, efficiency, and dedication. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. And I'd like to, Mr. Lewis. No, Mr. Lewis, I'm going to leave it as saliva in my mouth. Don't worry about it. I drink some water, I'm going to hear me good. I'd like to remind our viewing audience that you can submit your questions via WhatsApp to 675-8355, and we'll be answering your questions after the final presentation. At this time, now, I have the Climate Action and Environmental Solutions Department presentation by the manager, Mr. Leon Castillo.
Thank you, Mr. MC. Good night, Mayor, CA, fellow councilors. My councilor for my department, Mr. Radin Santos, fellow HODs, council staff, and of course the residents of Belmopan. Tonight I will do a quick review of climate action and environmental solutions department. In early 2025, the administration reaffirmed its commitment to climate action, recognizing the need to not only strengthen sanitation services, but also advance the council's goal of becoming a more climate resilient city. With that, the newly formed Climate Action and Environmental Solutions Department was established. This department merges both sanitation and climate action into one unit, enhancing operational efficiency and positioning the council to align with environmental grants. Excuse me. I think I may need some water. So we did some major rebranding early in 2025. Thank you very much. The department has seen some significant growth. It expanded from a team of only 30 manual workers who collected garbage only on Mondays and Fridays within Belmopan Central, supported by just one semi-functioning compactor. 1 year later, this administration has strengthened the department to a workforce of 70, now 81 manual workers, providing household garbage collection 4 times a week throughout the city, and now dedicating 1 day to the collection of green debris. This has positioned us to initiate waste separation within the city. The department has several different units, including our female litter pickers, our compactor crew, our weed eater and trimmer crew. We now have our wood chipper unit, and we have our market crew and our security officers. These are the individuals that you need to praise every day as they are up at 4 a.m. ensuring that the city is clean, that your garbage is collected on time, and that when you call on us, we try to attend to all of your requests in a timely fashion manner. Three main services that we offer within our department is, of course, our garbage collection. We do water delivery, and we do backhoe rental. And so on a daily basis, we get calls for people asking for us to pick up debris on the buffer. We try to explain to them the regulations, and if we can, we get assistance from the CA that does social assistance from time to time. To our now climate action portfolio. Like the mayor said in his opening remarks, the Belmopan City Council was awarded $100,000 in 2024 through the Youth Climate Action Fund, sponsored by Bloomberg Philanthropies. And in round 1, we had 9 youth-led activities, Mayor, not 8, 9. And in 2025, the council received an additional $200,000, and we were able to enable 17 projects. Most of them have been completed, and some will be completed by next week. In March of this year, the council was awarded $684,500 under the project Enhancing Community Resilience through Sustainable Flood Management in Belmopan. This is funded by the Adaptation Fund and executed by PAC. This project will deliver much-needed flood mitigation works in the Haiti and Panama extension areas, including road elevation, drainage improvements, and culvert installation. The council is hopeful that additional grant funding can be secured in 2026 to address other areas in Belmopan that are also in urgent need of proper drainage. As part of our climate action goals, this project also includes a cleanup and revamping of the 10 Cents Creek. This will be supported by community outreach activities focused on education about pollution, public health, and watershed protection. With the help of our community stakeholders and government agencies, we will develop a comprehensive action plan for the 10 Cents Creek. With the assistance of the University of Belize and Auburn University, we were able to conduct a LiDAR flight over the eastern side of Belmopan. This data is crucial as it will provide much needed information for developing accurate flood maps, identifying natural elevations, assessing heat zones, and mapping vegetation areas. All of this will play an essential role in completing our climate action plan. It's almost finished, Mayor. Almost finished. The council is currently working to complete its climate action plan 2050. This is a long-term roadmap for climate resilience. This plan will guide the council efforts to actively engage with climate organizations, government agencies, NGOs, and community stakeholders as we work together to make Belmopan a more resilient city. Some goals for 2026. We will use GIS and GPS technology to map and analyze collection routes and provide real-time reporting to the citizens. Our aim is to eventually add 1-2 more additional compactors as the city keeps growing. We want to start our school environmental program through the Ana de Iguana Eco Tour, tackling separation from the source, to begin in 2026. Secure grant to expand drainage upgrades beyond Haiti and Panama Extension. We want to do more neighborhood cleanup campaigns with the support from the Belmopan City Council. We want to start citywide composting and biochar projects. Which is not up here is the implementation of the organic waste plan developed by CCAP, Organic Recycle, and input from the Belmopan City Council. We want to set up more garbage bins around the city. You have seen with the help of organizations like Rotary, we had gotten a donation from Magra. We want to get more bins around the city. And finally, we want to limit single-use plastic at city events. In the end, I just want to say that our department is, like what HR mentioned, is one of the largest departments we have at the council. We emphasize when people come to our department about having good customer service. We want to listen to all of your concerns and how best we can address them. And the CA can attest to this. We have been to different meetings and forums, and we have been praised on having a very clean city, and we want to keep it that way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Castillo. Keeping the Garden City looking like a garden, right, Mr. Castillo? That's right. See. You all have to admit this team working, all right? All right, now the hot seat, streets, infrastructure maintenance, the one we always get calls about, and the lady that has to wear that hat. I think or only female HOD, is it correct? Or one and only head of department manager that is a female. And she has one of the toughest departments to run. Let's hear it from Ms. Stephanie Wagner. HOD?
Good night, Mayor, CA, councillors, staff members, residents, and our viewers online. I'm asking one time for a pass from the community service, given that I'm the only female, and I take the most heat. but yes, but yes. So I represent the IM department here. Let's start. Okay, so the acquisitions of new machineries have significantly strengthened the council's operational capacity. When I assumed the post of the IM manager last year, formerly engineering department, as you guys know it, we operated, like the fleet mentioned, with only one backhoe and a very, very small team. Those team members have been within the department for about 15 to 20 years, so they're older. Today, our workforce has grown to 28 manual workers, 2 electricians, 2 carpenters, and a plumber. Our equipment inventory now includes 2 backhoes, a bobcat, grader, roller, excavator, along with various additional maintenance tools. These additions have greatly improved our ability to serve our growing city. So the works initiated, whereby the council is mandated to maintain the streets that we have. Our team conducts regular street patching and street grading. We have incorporated a night schedule to not only allow us to work efficiently, but to also not disrupt the daily activities and the traffic flows within the city during the day. Additionally, we have begun installing large culverts and drainage systems, starting in the Belmopan area. This is a major effort to reduce flooding, and we will continue expanding these drainage works throughout the city. Our routine operations include the cleaning of sidewalks and roundabouts, repainting of streets, pedestrian crossings, as we have now acquired a road marking machine, and the clearing and constructions of both storm and earth drains to ensure proper flow. Initial to these regular activities, we have recently undertaken electrical upgrades in 5 of our major parks. These initiatives is focused on enhancing public safety and ensuring that our recreational spaces remain well lit, secure, and welcoming for our residents to enjoy. Collaboration. This is the cornerstone of our initiatives. Through strong partnerships with our area rep, the Ministry of Infrastructure, Development and Housing, and our local government, we have been able to deliver meaningful improvements across Belmopan. These joint initiatives include the constructions of bridges, sidewalks, the beautification of our parks, and upgrading of major intersections. In addition, we continue to support our schools and assist various community groups across Belmopan with repairs wherever possible. These partnerships are vital as they allow us to create lasting positive changes for all residents of our city. So looking ahead, the council is aiming to meet the demands of future projects. This is my very expensive wish list, I would say, for the new year. We are focused to acquire our own bitumen sprayer truck, additional dump trucks, and other essential tools that would allow us to carry out repairs and maintenance more efficiently. Our upcoming plans includes to restoring the sidewalks, upgrading major storm drains, replacing street signs, repairing our parks, and moving forward with the Las Flores Community Center rehabilitation project. I believe in transparency and open communication. Our department prioritizes residents' concerns and work to address them quickly as possible. Our department WhatsApp line is always open for any questions or concerns as we remain committed to serving the city. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Wagner, Miss Wagner. The Mario off, young lady. All right, thank you, Tiffany, so much. And now we come to one of the departments that I consider to be the heartstring of the administration of the Belmopan City Council. Without this department functioning at its maximum, all these managers that we have heard before really and truly can get absolutely nothing done. Absolutely nothing. We need the heart of this department, which is the beating heart, to make sure that the council is able to do its mandate for the residents of the city, which is the financial department. This department has quite a few units under it. It has our trade unit, has our valuation unit, our revenue unit, a new compliance unit, the accounts unit, that all comes together to make sure that your property taxes and fees that you pay into the council is managed properly and is accounted for. So, to start off, I would like to start off with the trade unit, which is responsible for our trade license and liquor license, to come up at this time to do their presentation. Now, if you thought that we didn't have other women working, we do have other women working. And these are our supervisor and, yes, and senior trade officer for the trade department.
Right. Good night again, everyone. Thank you for joining us as we share an overview of our achievements within the trade unit and our current business landscape. As of this year, we have a total of 1,077 active businesses operating across various economic classifications within the Belmopan city. Breakdown by major economic sectors include retail, food preparation, taxi operators, other services, professional and technical services, administrative and support services, accommodation, and manufacturing. Let me go back one slide. So our chart highlights several important trends. Retail continues to be the leading economic sector with 294 active businesses, showing its strong influence in driving local commerce. This is followed by food preparation, which has a total of 173 active businesses, showing a clear indication of the growing hospitality and food service presence in our community. Other notable sectors, as mentioned earlier, includes professional and technical services, indicates expanding knowledge-based sector, while manufacturing and accommodation sectors reflect steady development. Among minor sectors, we have international transport, wholesalers, auto dealers, building contractors, utilities service providers. Ms. Lilla will now speak about the implementation of the new trade fee regime.
Good night, everyone. The new trade fee regime was implemented on October 31st, 2025. This allows business owners to calculate their fees based on productive area. It also promotes fairness and better understanding of trade fee, and it supports improved compliance and reduced conflicts. These are the different type of economic classifications that we have, and it's based on 4 zones. So the zone 1 is green, which is the developed area. Zone 2, which is yellow, developing area. Zone 3, which is purple, that is the emerging area. Zone 4, pink, undeveloped areas. We also have the launch of trade license e-application system. This platform features are going to be online applications for new license and renewals. It's for faster processing times. It also improves conveniences for business owners, enhanced customer experience and service delivery. It is now available at the Belmopan City Council website. That is the QR code. If you want, you can try and scan it to see where it takes you. And all this was possible because of the GIS unit or team. Okay. Now Ms. Mendoza will present our new business officer, development officer.
Okay, when it comes to strengthening support for micro businesses, key initiatives include whereby we added a small business development officer, Mrs. Marlene Fuller. Can you please stand? She would provide direct support to micro and small enterprises. This includes capacity building for market vendors, peddlers, small operators. And so essentially, our goal is to strengthen foundational business operations. When it comes to upcoming enforcement initiative, we are working towards trade-related ticketing system, whereby we're developing a ticketing enforcement mechanism for offenses such as default on license payments, failure to display a license, or operating without a license. So in closing, we continue to modernize the trade unit, strengthening partnerships with business owners, preparing additional digital transformation initiatives, and our commitment to improving the business environment in Belmopan. If you'd like to contact us, or we have WhatsApp 675-0184, and you could also reach us via email at odi@belmopancitycouncil.org. I would also want to thank my hardworking team members. Day in, day out, we try to please all business owners when it comes to, operation of their trade fees. And so I want to give a special thanks and gratitude to all of my team members.
Thank you, Lily and Aminto. And I can tell you for certain that, especially when it's trade roll time, this team works. They work long hours trying to get everything ready for our business community. So at this time, I'd like to move on to our valuation unit, and we'll be asking Mr. Russell to come up and make his presentation for the valuation unit.
Good night, everyone. All right, I promise not to keep you guys too long, all right? So the evaluation department or evaluation unit, I'll go over the overview of the department. These are some of our main duties, but it's not limited to this. So we manage a tax roll of over 13,000 parcels and counting. I believe at my last count, we are at about 13,200 and something. So that in itself is telling you that Belmopan is growing, right? And so we manage this roll for tax calculations and ensuring accurate record keeping and for tax compliances and revenue collection. Also, we oversee city planning, ventures such as residential and commercial subdivisions, buffers, and green spaces, street names, and zoning. Also, the Innovabel subdivision for hire purchase agreements and transfers. All right, so some of the key accomplishments of the evaluation role. We completed a full audit of all parcels in Belmopan. What I mean by this is we realized that our master list, which would have the 13,000 plus parcels, was not in sync with the NEO software that we use. We would realize that some of the parcels that are listed as parcels are actually streets, drains, cul-de-sacs, sidewalks, and so we needed to edit those information and take them out of the valuation role. Apart from that, we also reclassified and modified 983 parcels. Under that task, we were able to exempt some of the parcels that were still running taxes. For example, like the churches, the statutory bodies. We realized that some of the old parcels were already mutated, meaning subdivided, and the old parcel was still recording taxes. So we had to address those. And we also had 693 new transfers. Now, when it comes to new transfers, these are broken down into two sectors. Properties that are new to us from Recondev, if they are just purchasing from Recondev or getting their lease agreement. Also, properties that are on the roll already and were sold to other people. So those are what we consider new transfers. Now, one of the main setbacks for the valuation department, specifically with the valuation role, is that the valuation role is due for a revamp. It is something that should have been done every 5 years, but it has not been done for a while. About 25 years, as the mayor rightly said. So we are realizing that parcels that have all infrastructure like roads, light, water, proper drainage, access to internet, shops, medical facilities, are paying yearly taxes for about $56. Given that tax and the property taxes are one of the council's main revenue streams, this is a very, very important task that we need to undergo. We are currently in discussion with local government for them to guide us as to how we can jumpstart this process. It's not going to be an overnight thing because we need to, again, inform all our residents. We need to have proper documentations. Some parcels we need to revisit and see exactly what is the real size and then do our calculations and then get all our approvals. So it's something that we need to do, and we hope to start this in the near future. Now, city planning. So over the months in 2025, we have had 16 new residential subdivisions, 8 of which were conditionally approved, and 1 that was rejected for zoning reasons. We also, this is a big one to note, we have regularized all the contracts for the road and market stalls. The last updated contracts that the tenant had was dated back in 2008. So we have formally created a new contract for them, and presently 2 of them have been fully executed, and by the next couple of days or weeks, we should have everybody signed on to their new contract. We have also reclaimed 28 buffers and green spaces. Reason for doing this is because it helps improves community well-being and ecological health. While issuing 18 lease agreements for food vendors that boost local economy and provide more options for residents and visitors. And lastly, the Innova Bell subdivision, which is owned and managed by the City Council, we have recorded 75 properties sold, meaning payments have came in full. Also, we reimbursed 21 clients for loss of interest in their respective parcels. And we have developed a hire purchase agreement effectively for 86 clients, have signed on to those agreements, and we plan to do some more in the next couple of weeks, and of course, throughout 2026. So that is to wrap up my presentations. Thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you, Doron. And I hope that everybody heard that part when he says about we have reacquired, reclaimed. Yes, while other administrations were selling, we are now getting them back. So big round of applause for this council, please. At this time, one of our big units as well, the revenue unit. I'd like to call on our new manager, Mr. Joseph Bowa, and his team to come and do their presentation.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'd like to introduce my team, Mr. Shak, Ms. Abigail, right? The Revenue Department serves as a cornerstone of financial stability within the Belmopan City Council. It is responsible for collection, recording, and management of all incoming payments. Through its works, the department ensures a steady and reliable flow of revenue that supports essential public services and day-to-day operations.
Good evening, everyone. Importance of the Revenue Department. First, the department ensures financial sustainability, allowing us to maintain critical service and plans for our future development. Second, it upholds transparency and accountability by maintaining accurate and timely posting of payments. Third, the department is central to customer service excellence by streamlining, processing, and improving access. We reduce wait time and create more efficient experience for all customers. The department continues to advance motorization, accessibility through digital payment solutions supporting both local and international customers. Additionally, the Revenue Department undergoes periodic audit conducted by the Office of the Auditor General and the Ministry of Local Government. These oversight processes ensure compliance with all financial and operational requirements and help uphold the highest standard of accountability at the Belmopan City Council.
Good evening, everyone. The key achievements of the Revenue Department at the Belmopan City Council are: 1, expanded staffing; To better serve our customers, we have strengthened our frontline team. We now have a total of 3 cashiers assigned to the Revenue Department, with specific roles for improved efficiency. 1 cashier dedicated solely to traffic transactions, 2 cashiers responsible for collecting all payments, including general taxes, service fees, and all traffic-related charges. This expanded structure has significantly enhanced the workflow, reduced processing time, and allowed us to provide faster and more reliable service to the public. 2, dedicated online payment posting. An office clerk now handles all online transactions, ensuring that payments are posted quickly and accurately. This enhancement has improved account accuracy and increased customer confidence in our online services. 3, bill pay via Atlantic Bank. Customers are now able to pay property taxes and garbage fees directly through Atlantic Bank using their customer and tax numbers. These payments are automatically posted to their accounts, offering a convenient and reliable alternative to an in-person visit. 4, introduction of e-commerce QR payment system. In the near future, we look forward in the launching of the e-commerce, a secure QR code payment method. This innovation provides fast, cashless, and secure payments, particularly convenient for our international customers. It represents a major step forward in our digital transformation efforts.
In closing, the Revenue Department continues to demonstrate its commitment to efficiency, transparency, and modern service delivery. With expanded staffing, improved digital systems, and enhanced customer support, the department plays a vital role in strengthening the financial foundation and supporting the needs of our city. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bulwa, Abby, and the rest of your team. Again, a word that they used, audit. Audit is something that the Belmopan City Council never saw until now. Until now, the council is audited on a regular basis for accountability. At this time, I'd like to call on the compliance unit for that team to come up and do their presentation.
A pleasant good night, everyone. As a fairly new unit within the Belmopan City Council, the compliance unit has been steadily building its role and strengthening its support provided to our sister units. In an effort to encourage compliance and maximize revenue collection of outstanding municipal fees, we are tasked with ensuring accuracy, accountability, and consistency in most processes. Tonight, we'll give you a brief overview into what it is that we do as a unit and how it is that we support the council's financial stability. But first, allow me to quickly introduce you to my team. Behind me, I have my compliance officers, Ms. Kaylani Reed, Ms. Christy Sosa. We also consist of 2 debt recovery officers. They are both in the audience tonight. Mr. Leonardo Cal at the back, and Mr. Francisco Chuck, both who have been with us over 20 plus years. Our newly added prosecutor, Ms. Janelle McKenzie at the back, and myself, Ms. Janelle Moreira as the compliance officer. All right, Ms. Kaylani.
Good night, everybody. Essentially, our core functions every day in the compliance department is typically debt recovery. This is specifically for accounts in arrears, or property taxes, garbage fees, trade license fees, leases, and other fees that are due to the council. Our everyday activities include preparing invoices, streamlining communication, and providing customers with timely, clear information to ensure the collection of funds that support the city's upkeep and maintenance.
Good night, everyone. Now, I want to go ahead and highlight our compliance unit, how our compliance unit continues strengthening customers' engagement and support. Now, while manual collection is no longer a standard practice, this of course helps us reduce any discrepancies and provide us more efficient payments. However, this, with authorization, of course, manual collection is available for our senior citizens. We are always open for payment plan options as well to help our residents manage their obligations more responsibly. And of course, our residents have the option to do their payments online for their convenience, of course, at the comfort of their home. Now, when it comes to the verifications of properties and businesses, here I want to really acknowledge the work behind scenes. Our two debt recovery officers, Mr. Francisco Chuck and Mr. Leonardo Call, who are the ones that carry out the property and business verifications. They, of course, confirm lots, parcel details, and making sure everything is on track and is up to date in our records. And also, when it comes to businesses, we just verify businesses that are no longer operating, businesses that are still operating, and those businesses that have relocated. Now, after all follow-ups have been exhausted, after many calls, many notices, and unfulfilled agreements, some matters still remain unresolved. At this point, cases are formally referred to our prosecutor, Ms. Mackenzie, and for further actions in the magistrate court. And I'll go ahead and pass it on to Ms. Mackenzie so she can elaborate more in regards to that.
Good night, Mayor, CA, managers, staff, and the general public. When it comes to the prosecution function, it was established in September within the compliance unit. This position was established as a key addition to strengthen revenue collection, reinforce compliance, and provide a formal enforcement pathway for unresolved matters. Okay, so we have core responsibilities. The recovering outstanding monies via the magistrate court, including addressing delinquent customers and traffic violators. When all internal and amicable measures have been exhausted, I initiate formal legal proceedings through the magistrate's court to enforce payment from delinquent customers and traffic violators. So the impact of municipal operations. So it provides a structure, processing unresolved compliance matters by leveraging the authority of the court. I ensure that individuals who fail to meet their legal and financial obligations comply with the requirements set out by the council. I think I went too far. Anyway, let me continue. It provides a structural enforcement mechanism ensuring cases are properly reviewed, escalated, brought before the court when necessary. It standardizes how delinquent matters are handled, improves coordination between departments and ensures that each case receives fair and consistent legal treatment. Strengthens revenue collection by ensuring that all fees that is, and fines are properly identified, collected, maximizing the city revenue. Supports revenue and traffic department. Streamline processes and better tools enabling these departments to efficiently manage payment, fines, and fees. Secure funding is crucial for sustaining city services and operations. Improved revenue collection ensures a steady flow of funds to maintain essential services and support the city's operations. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ladies. At this time, we'll move ahead with our accounts department, and we'll call on our accounts manager, Mr. Bradley, to give his presentation. And after Mr. Bradley, we have one more, so we're almost there with our final financial report from our financial director, Mr. Flavio Salam.
Good night, Mayor, councillors, CAFD, and our managers in attendance. Let me raise this. Oh. All right. Oh, hello. All right, so our governing auditing bodies, we have the Ministry of Local Government, who visits the council with it. Mic test. Okay, so moving on. Ministry of Local Government, who visits the council every 6 months. Monthly, we are to submit our P&L, our profit and loss budget performance, to the local government. Budget approval and general warrant issues is done by the Ministry of Local Government. Officer of the Auditor General usually visits the council unannounced every 3 to 6 months. They usually check our bank account statements, our cash books and revenue reports, inventory. All right. Fundamental accounting principles. So at Belmopan City Council, we go by the accrual basis. Revenues and expenses are recorded when they are earned or incurred, not when cash is received or paid. Double entry accounting, every business transaction is recorded as a debit and a corresponding credit, ensuring the books are always in balance. Consistency. Accounting methods and practices must be applied consistently across reporting period to ensure that the financials are comparable. Full disclosure. Financial statements must provide all materials, information needed for users to make informed decisions about the company/council. All right, right here we have our accounts unit structure. We have the finance director, and under the finance director, we have the accountant, the accounts manager. We have 4 different units: accounts payable, payroll, accounts receivable, and procurement, followed by an accounts clerk and a procurement assistant. So accounts receivable creates all invoices for the council pertaining the services. Invoices for property tax are generated by valuation, and the invoices for trade is done by the trade unit. Responsible for all neo-municipal, that's our revenue and valuation trade software, is managed by the accounts receivable officer. In previous administration, adjustments were done by all the other departments. Manages all revenue entry into QuickBooks to ensure classes are assigned and posted to the correct revenue account for proper financials. Manages the online
payment confirmation on the council's end and sends it over to the revenue department where they're posted. Payroll. So payroll, all the managers, staff, manual workers. Without payroll, they won't be happy, right? So wages are paid Friday, weekly. Salaries are paid 15th and ending. Managers, staff salary advance and loan balances. Income tax to be paid the 10th of every month. Social Security to be paid the 14th of every month. And withholdings that we do every ending of the month. Payroll officer also ensures all entries are classed and posted right into the accounting system. Procurement and accounts payable. These two units work hand in hand. The procurement department, they source the products and service for the council, creates PO, and enter bills when the invoice is received. Manage inventory and inventory adjustments. Submit all required documentation to the accounts payable officer within a timely manner. Payables. Prepare payments made by the council, reconcile vendor accounts, generate monthly payable reports, ensure vendor balance remain within credit limit to maintain a positive relationship with all vendors. Oversees bill entry posted by the procurement unit, and corrects all accounts and classes accordingly to the expenditures of the council. Maintain a proper payment record. So we file every payment voucher is copied and filed. Copies are sent to local government for auditing purpose. Our procurement policy. So when purchasing or sourcing services for the council, services and products for the council, for 0 to 500, a direct purchase is permitted provided it meets the criteria and discretion of the procurement officer and finance director, CA, or the mayor. For 500 to 3,000, a minimum of 2 quotations is required. 3,000 to 25,000, a minimum of, my mistake. For 500 to 3,000, a minimum of 2 quotations is required, and 3,000 to 25,000, 3 quotations is required. And anything over 25,000 and over tender process must be followed. Our payment cycle. So, step 1, request for approval / procurement, an email, memo, message, or similar communication is submitted to the CA or the finance director and the mayor. When approved, this is passed over to the procurement officer to source the products or service and prepare a requisition. Documentation. The requisition form is then passed over to the accounts payable officer, who then prepares the payment voucher, QuickBook journal, and these documentations are then verified by our any accounts officer in the department. Accountant review and finance director authorization. All payment documentation and the QuickBooks posting are reviewed by the accountant, and after that review, the documents are passed to the finance director for his authorization to post. Online posting. These online postings are generally made by the accounts payable officer, and if necessary, the accountant as operators. So we don't authorize payments, we only operate. Administrative authorization. The payment is sent to the city admin for his first approval, and then followed by the mayor for a second approval. Every online payment, every check written by the council must have 2 authorizers at all times. Most payments are generally made on Fridays of every week, and the payment confirmation is sent the next business day, being the Monday. Accounts achievement. So reconciliation of the income tax, full compliance by this current administration, full compliance with Social Security. We have amend and maintain lasting relationship with vendors, this current administration. 2 successful visits from the Office of the Auditor General. No findings and no recommendations were given. Always on time with salaries and wages for our staff and manual workers. created a reserve account earlier this year, created a standard operating procedure for the accounts department. We did not have one before that. Implemented and regularized overtime form, requisition form, and added the local government payment voucher to our payment process. All adjustments and invoices creation is performed by the accounts department. All right, now just have our contact us, telephone number 613-5764, our email accounts@belmopancitycouncil.org, and our address 3638 Trinity Boulevard. All right, I want to thank you all. Good night.
Thank you, Dean. Again, as you can see, full accountability and transparency when it comes to the new accounting practices of this new administration. At this time, I'd like to call for our final presenter, our Financial Director, Mr. Flavio Salam, with the overview of our financial status.
Brother GB. Good night, Mayor. Good night, City Admin, councilors, managers, staff of Belmopan City Council, residents of Belmopan. Let me begin to inform Mr. Novello that I will be part of your team for the community service. I cannot present my part in 3 minutes. It is the financial status of the council. I will present for the first fiscal year of this administration, fiscal year 24-25, and the fiscal year in progress, 25-26. Let us proceed. A stable and responsible financial position for the first fiscal year of this administration, 2024-2025. And the fiscal year in progress, 2025-2026. Through these 19 months of administration, the Belmopan City Council has successfully managed its budget while making critical investments in heavy equipment machinery, infrastructure, and community services. Our revenues are not performing in line with projections, but our disciplined expenditure manager ensures we are on track to meet our fiscal year-end goals. I would like to proceed with the financial performance analysis. All the achievements, all the new investments, infrastructure, machinery, and the services to the city will be reflected on numbers. We are not just giving you pictures, we're not just giving you the stories of what we are doing. What we will present in this financial report is the performance in numbers, financial-wise, and how all the taxes, all the garbage fees, all the resident of Belmopan paid to the Belmopan City Council are being managed for the past. Let us with the City Council. The main source of income of the Belmopan City Council, it is our property tax roll. On this presentation, I have the information for the past 5 years of the Belmopan City Council. From bottom to the top, we have the oldest to the most recent one. This is the property tax performance last 5 years. Fiscal year 2021-2022. Please follow me on the numbers. I will be reading quantities and percentages. The total invoice for the fiscal year 2021-2022 was $2.4 million. The total outstanding at the end of the fiscal year 21-22 was $544,000, equal to 22% of the entire property tax roll. The total collected was $1.9 million, equal to 78% of the property tax roll. Let us proceed. Fiscal year 22-23, the property tax roll increased to $2.4 million, $2,484,724 with 90 cents. The total outstanding was $529,000 at the end of that year, equal to 21%. Total collected was $1.9 million, 79%, only 1% better in comparison with the previous year. The next fiscal year, 23-24, a total of $2.5 million. If you notice, there is an increase in the property tax roll due to new subdivisions, due to new parcels in the city. The total outstanding was at the end of that year, $544,000, equal to 21%. The total collected was $2 million, equal to the 79%. Our first year administration, fiscal year 24-25, the total property tax roll was $2.6 million. There is another increase in the total of the property tax roll. The total outstanding at the end of our first fiscal year was $701,000, equal to 27% outstanding. Total collected was $1.9 million, equal to 73%. Our collection during the first fiscal year of this administration was a little bit less than, in percentage, a little bit less in comparison with the previous year. The fiscal year in progress, our total property tax roll for fiscal year 25-26, it is $2.6 million, a little bit more. Total outstanding as of October 2025, it's $1.07 million, equal to 40% of the property tax roll. Total collected as of October, we had $1.6 million, equal to 60%. What I am presenting here, it is the entire property tax roll. In other words, it is the blood of the council. And we depend on the compliance of the residents of Belmopan to continue providing the services, to continue expanding the new projects, new developments, to acquiring new equipment in order to continue providing the services that it is the mandate of the council. We still have 40% of the property tax roll to collect in the months of December, January, February, and March. The fiscal year run 1st of April to 31st of March of each year. So we still have a couple months. We still have 6 months, 5 months in other words. We depend on the residents of Belmopan to comply with property tax. I would like to invite any resident with arrears to approach the council. Doesn't matter the amount of arrears that you have. Doesn't matter the amount of years that you have behind in your payments. Come, approach the council. We have payment plan facilities. You can enjoy the discounts of every prepayment period, which is 3 months of the year, of the fiscal year. But if you approach the council, you can sign a payment agreement, and you can enjoy more benefits every beginning of the year. Let us proceed. Household garbage. This is something that it is affecting the council a lot. If you notice, we increase our service, we increase the investment in equipment, and as our CAIS manager present, we are doing double roads. We have double garbage roads in the city. We open a new garbage, a green garbage. What is the correct name? Green garbage collection every week. So we depend on that money, we depend on the garbage fee to continue providing the service and to increase the service in the city. We have the same table. For the past 5 years, the household garbage performance is almost the same year to year. Let us begin with the fiscal year 21-22. Was collected only the 36%. The following fiscal year 22-23, was collected only 35%. Fiscal year 23-24 was collected only 33%. Fiscal year 24-25, which is the first year of this administration, and if you recall, and if you go to our videos in our previous public presentation last year in September, we present to the public that as of September 2024, we had collected only 1% of garbage fees. After September, we managed to collect 36% as of the end of the fiscal year 24-25. Due to the public cry at that moment, the service was not provided, the amount of garbage on the city was enormous. The situation was a precarious situation. We managed to control this. We implement new strategies. We implement the new department, the CARS department, and we managed to collect 36% in 6 months of the total garbage roll. Let us proceed with this year, the fiscal year in progress. 25-26. As of October, we managed to collect only 29% of the garbage fees. So this is an indicator that we, as of October, we only collect 29%. Our performance is very low in household garbage collection. So we appeal to the residents of Belmopan that we are giving the service, we are providing the service. So please come approach the council. We have huge bills in our system, many residents with huge bills. But as I mentioned at the beginning, I invite the residents to approach the council. We will find a suitable way to move forward, and we can sign a payment plan agreement. We can, we have different initiatives that you can enjoy and you can use in order to be in compliance with the council, and you will assist us to move forward Belmopan City. So as of October, keep in mind, our performance in household garbage is only 29%. We still have time. We still have December, January, February, and March. We have 4 months to improve with this household garbage collection. Let us proceed. The third main source of income of the Belmopan City Council, it is the trade license role. As the trade unit present, we have 1,000+ active businesses in Belmopan, but for this current year, you will see for the year 2025, let me clarify that the trade license work based on calendar year, January to December, not fiscal year like property tax and garbage fee. That means that trade, it is mandatory to renew your license before end of the year, before 31st of December. By January, all businesses in Belmopan should have their new trade license to continue operating for the new calendar year. Excuse me. Let us analyze quickly this trade license performance. Fiscal year 21-22, percentage collected 90%. Fiscal year 22-23, 88%. Fiscal year 23-24, 93%. Our first year of administration, Fiscal year 24-25, 93%, and our fiscal year in progress, 25-26, 91%. As of October, we still have a total of $113,000 out there, businesses operating without a valid trade license. Businesses operating illegally, in other words. But we, at the council, we are opening our doors. We are there every day, giving the service, and we open a new option through the business officer to guide these new businesses. Just let us assume that they are lack of the knowledge or the information or the guidance to register a business. We have now our business officer that will guide any business owner through the process of register the business, not only with us, but with the Belize Company Registry, to go to Ministry of Health if there is any food handler required, to guide them through the inspections with police department, with fire department. Our business officer is there to assist any business owner. So I appeal to these 9% of businesses working without a trade license to please come and approach the council, that we will assist. And even if there is arrears, we will find a way to work with you, giving you a flexible payment plan to make you comply and enjoy the benefits for the next fiscal year. Let us proceed. Commercial garbage. Our commercial garbage rule, it is hand in hand with our trade license, because only businesses pay commercial garbage, right? If you have a business, you will qualify, depends of the size of your business, and depends of course, the nature of your business, and the amount of garbage that you produce, you will qualify to pay commercial garbage. There is many instances where the business owners approach the council telling us, oh, but I have an online business. I don't produce garbage. No problem. In the past, and there is a lot of information, garbage information, I call it, in our system that is not accurate. If you have an online business, what all you need to pay, it is your household garbage. No commercial garbage. But if you don't approach the council, if you don't come to visit our offices, you will not find a solution, and the arrears will continue increasing year to year. So appeal again to citizens of Belmopan, the business owners, that 9% pending, to approach the council. If there is any arrears in commercial garbage, please approach the council. We will assist you, we will guide you through the process to be in compliance with the council. Let us proceed. The only rule in 100% compliance, almost year to year, it is the liquor license rule. The liquor license rule, it is the licenses that the business owners pay to be able to sell alcohol in the city. The only reason why it is 100% in compliance, it is because if you are selling alcohol without your liquor license, you can go to jail. If we take that approach with the trade, with commercial garbage and the other services, will be 100% compliance. But we cannot do that. So if I will briefly describe these percentages, but year to year, it is almost 100%. 21-22 was 77%. That was previous our administration. 22-23, 99. 23-24, 99. 24-25, 98%, which is the first year of our administration. And that 2% pending on the first year of this administration was 2 businesses that had issues with the trade license, was not approved by the board, but we keep the records in our system. It was not 2 businesses operating without liquor license. For this fiscal year 25-26, we have 100% compliance in liquor license. We always inform the police station or local branch, our liquor board, about our performance periodically to be everybody on the same page in regards of the liquor license. So we would like to have all other rules of the Belmopan City Council like the liquor license. But we don't need to call police every minute, or we don't need to call police to collect your garbage. We don't need to call police to close your business. We know that we are operating a business, so we need to visit the council. Maybe in the past was not flexible, maybe in the past was not easy to access, but we have different platforms, we have online applications, we have different options that you can use to approach the council. The last performance that I would like to analyze, it is the market style rental. The markets in our city play a vital role in the economic sector, in our business community. For the fiscal year 21-22, the total collected was only 41%. Sorry. For the fiscal year 22-23, the total collected was only 39%. 23-24, the percentage increased to 92%. For the fiscal year 24-25, we managed to collect only 82%, and as of October 2025, we have only a 70% collected in regards of the market style. We have 30% of market vendors still with an outstanding bill with the Belmopan City Council. When we refer to the market style rule, a rental rule, we are talking about the green market, the wooden market, the fire station stalls, and all of the infrastructure that we have in the city. So we appeal to these market style tenants to come to the council and try to find a way to move forward in terms of compliance. With this section, I would like to keep in your mind, residents and colleagues and mayor, councilors, HODs, residents of Belmopan, that this is the essence of the services that they provide to the city. Without the collections, we cannot provide a service. Without the collection, we cannot continue moving forward the city. So please keep this information in your mind, and if you have any outstanding balance, please approach us at the Belmopan City Council. The next section of this presentation, I would like to present and inform to the public and all the presents our income statement for the previous fiscal year, our first year of administration, 2024-2025. I cannot provide year-end income statement for this fiscal year in progress because it is in progress. As I mentioned at the beginning, the fiscal year runs 1st of April to 31st of March of the following year. For our first year of administration, our gross profit was $7.7 million. This means that we managed to collect $7.7 million during our first year of administration. Property tax, $2.2 million. Traffic revenue, $2.09. Fees and services, $872,000. License revenue, liquor, trade and liquor together, $1.2 million. rental revenue, 229, central government transfers, subventions, and grants, 647, private donation, $327,000, interest and dividends, 9,098. Just let me clarify this point. The line item 3600, central government transfers, subvention, the Belmopan City Council received from central government, from Ministry of Finance, every month $50,000 that unfortunately we cannot touch it. That is in an agreement with the municipal bond that was signed by previous administration, and it is deposited directly to an account in Heritage Bank, and it is untouchable. That is to cover principal and interest of that municipal bond. So that $647,000, $600,000 correspond to that subvention. So the majority of all the income that we collect during this fiscal year was, or come from the other roles that we have in the city. $7.7 million. That was the total that we managed to collect in the first fiscal year of this administration. Expenses or expenditures. We have a total of $7.1 million in expenditures for this fiscal year, 24-25. And we have a net ordinary income of $547,987 with 69 cents. That means that we have a positive result at the end of this current income and current expenditure. Let us proceed with the non-current income and the non-current expenditure. The other income for the council was $1.3 million coming from the sale of assets, not buffers or council properties in Belmopan. This is Innovaville. This is Innovaville hiring purchase income. Our non-current expenditure was only $6,336, and we closed our first fiscal year of administration, 2024-2025, with a net income positive $1.9 million. This positive number gave us the opportunity, as our accountant mentioned during his presentation, to create a reserve account. At the beginning of this new fiscal year, we managed to transfer to our reserve account close to $1 million to cover the shortfalls during the slow season of this current fiscal year. So our performance during the first administration was excellent, $1.9 million net income. Let us proceed. This is the third section of my presentation, the third and the last one. I would like to have a quick analysis of the services that we provide to the city. This is the section of a maintenance cost. The maintenance cost in our profit and loss, it is basically all the services that we provide to the city. There is only 4 years comparison, but you will see how year to year, and of course our first year administration and this current fiscal year, we are increasing the services to the public. Our first line item, we will analyze only the ones in bold. Our first line item is the 1401, maintenance of buildings. 2022-2023, they spent $13,000. 23-24, $22,000. The first year of this administration, we spent $83,000, and as of October, $14,000. Maintenance of parks and playgrounds. In 2022-23, the council spent $44,000. 23-24, $18,000. 24-25, $33,000. And as of October 2025, $102,000. 1404, repairs of vehicle and machinery. 22-23, the council spent $261,000. 23-24, $226,000. When we inherit the council, we spent $52,000 to repair what was possible, and we put aside all the ones without a solution, right? Without a remedy. And this year in progress, as of October, the council spent $26,000 with proper maintenance and a proper fleet unit working 24/7. Heavy repair and maintenance of heavy machinery. In 2022-23, the council spent $52,000. In 23-24, only $3,934. That is previous over the first year of our administration. The first year of this administration, to bring back all of this equipment and have it up to operational status, we spent $155,000. And as of October, the council spent $85,000 keeping this equipment in proper shape. Drains and culverts, 1408. 22-23, the council spent only $926. 23-24, the council spent only $1,706. Our first year of administration, we spent $15,899, and this year, as of October, the council spent $34,000. Maintenance of streets. I am patching crew and all the works from infrastructure maintenance. Maintenance of streets, 1409, for the year 22-23, they spent $39,000. For the year 23-24, $114,000. Our first year of administration, 24-25, $133,000. And as of October this year, the council spent $208,000 in repair of streets. Maintenance of sidewalks, 22-23, only $117 with 97 cents. 23-24, 47 cents. 24-25, $37,000. And as of October, $3,217 with 17 cents. Maintenance of garbage disposal site. This is the dump site. 22-23, the council spent $25,000. 23-24, 1 year before our administration, only $1,280. Our first year of administration, the council spent $22,000, and this year, as of October, $22,000. Proper maintenance and proper waste management. Maintenance of cemetery grounds, 22-23, $400 only. 23-24, $0. Our first year administration, 24-25, $20,490, and as of October, $21,600. So keep clean and in good shape our cemetery grounds in Belmopan. 14-19, maintenance of traffic signs, 22-23, $3,001. 23-24, $2,144. 24-25, $10,255, and as of October this year, $90,973 with 75 cents. Refuse debris management, 22-23, $60,700. 23-24, $50,000. 24-25, $156,000. And as of October, $81,412. The privatization projects, this is the street buffer cleaning, 24-23, $135. 23-24, $0. Our first year of administration, 24-25, $59,000. And as of October, $74,000. With this, I would like to quickly pass to the next slide. These are the same results, but in a graphic. you will see how our administration, under the leadership of our Mayor Pablo Kawich and our councilors, this administration emphasize the services to the city, and if you notice the graphic, we almost double the expenses on maintenance of the city. We passed from $483,000 to $837 last year, and as of October this year, $811,000. To keep our city clean and in good shape is not cheap. It is expensive, but it is our mandate, and that is what the council is doing on a daily basis. This is a quick summary as of October 2025. Services that we provide to the city. But we still have December, January, February, and March. What we project for these upcoming months. Our budget approved by local government and Ministry of Finance at the beginning of this fiscal year, 25-26. This is the total and just the projected months that we have here. The projected income based on the budget approved by local government, we project to collect a projected income of $12.4 million. The sale of assets is happening in a monthly basis. The grant and loans that happen at the beginning of this fiscal year, and the main income that we still have pending, and we need to continue working on a daily basis to make it happen until the end of this fiscal year, it is $11.4 million. That come from taxes, traffic revenue, fees and services, licenses, rentals, the government transfer, as I mentioned, it's $600,000 that we would like to use it in the city, but it's not possible. Private donations, we have our PR department that we have a good challenge this year to procure $180,000 in donations and some interest and dividends in our bank accounts. So our goal by the end of this fiscal year, March 26, it is to close our numbers with an income of $12.4 million. In terms of expenditure, we are not keeping back our services. We are not thinking to not continue growing in equipment and services or development of the city. We project to, at the end of this fiscal year, 25-26, close our recurring expenditure with $9.3 million. So the services will continue based on the vision and the strategy of our council, and by the end of this fiscal year, at the end of March, our total financial requirements or the total expenditure will be $11.6 million. With that, I close my presentation. I hope that my presentation was not too long. I welcome Mr. Novello to the team. I will be more than happy to serve the community service with you. Thanks to all the presents. Thanks to the residents of Belmopan. Good night.
Thank you, Mr. Salam. Well, Mr. Novello, you get lucky, you got company now. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's been a long meeting, but like we said, it is our end of year report, and this council is making sure that our residents are fully informed as we continue to be accountable to you, transparent to you, and to continue serving the residents of the city. At this time, I do have some questions that were sent in via WhatsApp, but before I go there, is there any questions from the people sitting here tonight?
From government, it is consumed by the bond from
Please come up, FD.
I'm just checking if I heard correctly because it's mind-blowing. Did you say that the subvention that we get from the government is consumed by the bond?
That is correct. The previous administration, not this previous one, but the last administration of the UDP administration, they signed a municipal bond where they commit the subvention directly to one specific bank, which is the fiscal agent of this municipal bond, and that $50,000, it is untouchable. It is funds that it is deposited into that account to cover interest and the payment of principal at the end of each maturity date.
And could you tell me what that bond was for if you...
The bond, it's a very, very long, we need another presentation to do it. But just let me tell you that as of today, with this administration, we are complying with all our interest and principal payments, and as of the last payment, which was in the month of August, the balance was $5.6 million.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, FD. I think this one goes out to our traffic manager. Mr. Lewis, can something be done to the drivers that cannot park properly along the Sir George Brown field by the Christmas tree? Vehicles park on both sides, leaving little or no wait for bicycles and pedestrians. Mr. Lewis.
Interesting question. Everyone wants to see the Christmas tree, of course. But I was informed a while ago that last year they blocked off the entrance and the exit to that George Brown field. So might have to go back to that starting tomorrow. Have them use the Bird Crescent as the regular route rather than and allow people, pedestrians and viewers and everybody to be safe within that area. But need the consent from CA and Mayor. Okay, Mr. PTO, something definitely look into. Personally, I will go there in the morning and see what's the situation and then brief off CA and Mayor what we will do to rectify the problem.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. I believe this one goes out to our revenue manager, Mr. Joseph. When will the City Council start sending property tax billing along with the trade and garbage collection? Oh, Ms. Abigail will be answering it.
Bills have already been sent out already. Trade, I think we have completed about 90% of delivering our bills. We should probably be about 80% with our property tax and household garbage.
Are these being sent out together?
Yes. People who have businesses, your trade, commercial garbage, and property tax is being sent out.
Thank you, Ms. Abigail. Anybody else from in here?
Good night. A question for IT. Back in 2023, BEL had a cyber attack. Is there any investment in that to protect the council's data?
Good night. Yes, we have a projected budget for our data, and we are implementing something there at our City Council. But yes, we are implementing something. We are in the process of purchasing new technology in which we will be more safer, you could say, more stable for the data across our different departments. Does that answer your question?
Thank you, Gabrielle. I think this one goes out to the traffic manager again. Could consideration be given to increase the parking spaces for private vehicles near the bus terminal? That's the question, CA. Can some consideration be given to increase for private vehicles near the bus terminal? Mayor, you'll answer, you'll take that one?
Yes, I will take that one. When it comes to parking within the city, I believe we have seen that traffic flow on a whole has become an issue within our city. Parking obviously has a reliance on the number of vehicles as well. So parking is a big problem, as pointed out in some of the initial questions. One of the considerations that we are doing is we are looking at the possibility of changing how we as a municipality think about development. We have to look at how first world countries have started moving, and if we look at our city, we have very limited space to move out. Presently, without the city expansion that we're presently exploring, Belmopan has almost no land left. So more parking spaces are only possible if we start moving up. When it comes to private residences, private vehicles parking at specifically the bus terminal area that the question referred to, I am assuming the person is referring to long-term parking where people go and park from 6 a.m., utilize the parking space until 6 or 7 p.m. when they come back. That is not the correct usage of those parking spaces. The market area should be an area where the foot traffic and the economy is moving. So it should not be utilized for stagnant vehicles or parked vehicles. We will have to definitely come up with a solution for that. And we are presently exploring a parking facility within that central area of the market area of Belmopan. But that is something for next year's presentation. All right?
Don't leave, Mayor. Don't leave. Don't leave.
Hello. I'd just like to ask a question.
Okay.
Concerning parking. We only have a limited, as you said, parking for vehicles in that area. But I would like to see that you start to take one, for example, in the area, you take one area to park a car and use that one for motorcycle. Rather than have a motorcycle, one motorcycle, use up one spot for a car.
What we have seen in other municipalities is you would take something like 2 parking bays and you utilize them at a different angle. That accommodates much more motorcycles than the regular way how we presently utilize them.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And
Yes.
because maybe in Belmopan, I can't remember seeing where you can't park a car 30 from certain junction and so on. I would have had that. I would say you use that park motorcycle, because when you come to the junction, you can look over a motorcycle, but you can't look over a big truck who park at the corner.
Thank you. One of the things we are also trying to explore is to implement that same type of parking approach near businesses. We have a reality in Belmopan that a lot of the business community believe that parking for their establishment should be the street. The CBA codes actually dictate that any business should have its own parking facility. So that is also a direction that this trade board has been starting to enforce because that's what is demanded by the law.
Don't leave, Mayor. This one is for you as well. This resident is from the Site 7 area complaining about bicycles being ridden on the walkways and also the playing of loud music in cars driving up and down the streets. What can be done about it?
The problem with these two scenarios that are in this question, it's one of the major problem with that is catching the person in the act. Usually authorities are never around when people or bicycles are moving around on the sidewalks. If they tend to see a police officer, they would immediately divert. We had worse scenarios where motorcycles and scooters have been utilizing the sidewalks for the same purpose. Thankfully, with the enforcement of the traffic department or a traffic team, we have managed to minimize that significant amount. We must thank the residents for understanding that the measure is a safety measure for our residents. It's a bit difficult, as I mentioned, to catch these people in the act. It would be a case where, and I'm not asking anybody to try and do this because obviously we don't want anybody to be attacked as well. It would be a case where people need to document, in other words, record the violators. But like I'm saying, I'm not trying to encourage anybody to pull out their phone and catch the person coming down riding, because I don't want that person to jump off a bike and attack you either. So I'm just expressing that we need evidence so that we can hold people accountable.
You mentioned earlier that Belmopan landlocked. And while many of us would agree with that, it is a very serious issue. We have a whole generation of youths today now who have need for land as far as residential needs and commercial needs. And I would like to touch on that. We have some huge landowners in Belmopan. And if it means we have to nationalize their land back and reacquire them for the use of Belmopan youths. In the past, I had made mention of University of Belize owning 1,000 acres of land in Belmopan. There's many ways that we could deal with that issue, whereby we could probably give the university some land in different parts of the country where they could have specialized studies in certain fields. Let's go say we take back 400 acres or 500 acres from UB. Leaving them with 500 acres, that's still a fairly big enough campus. They could do marine studies somewhere in the river valley, do some ecological studies on the highway, hummingbird and so forth. So that's a discussion that I do believe could be fruitful. And then again, when it comes to commercial land, a lot of youths want to do barbering, salons, massage, small business, and so forth. There's a lot of greens compared to GG field. Social security, I understand, own all that land. There's a discussion that could be had there. We have some, so there's many other greens around Belmopan, from behind City Council all the way to the public government buildings, that again, the city could discuss that, the possibility of putting a problem, a food court out there, or having small commercialized land spaces available. And my next part to this, it might be to the revenue section. As far as trade license and so forth, is there any plans to up trade license fees and so forth? First of all, again, I should have mentioned earlier, the presentation was wonderful. You guys are doing a wonderful job. However, there are other ways of how we could recover more revenue, but I would like to hear more about the land idea and about the idea of trade license and so forth.
Thank you, Brother Petillo. Regarding the, let me address your multiple questions in the reverse order. Regarding the trade license fees, the Belmopan City Council follows the National Trade License Act. In 2024, the government of Belize passed a new Trade License Act, and it changes how trade license fees are calculated. As the unit mentioned in their presentation, it allows for a much more transparent calculation, and it is designed in this manner to build trust between the business community and the council. I say this because any businessman can now take their sketch of their bill of their business and utilize the Trade License Act to calculate their fee. It's based on the productive footprint of their business. So that has caused a lot of the trade fees to change. One of the changes is because the new fee truly calculates at a higher value. The second reason is because a lot of these fees were sometimes pulled out from thin air. There is no calculation in the old law that could be used to reach those figures that some of the trade license fees were charging. So yes, there is a new trade license fee being implemented this year countrywide. Thankfully, Belmopan started its push from last year. So that has us in a much better position than some of the other municipalities because we already had calculations done. So that's with regards to the trade license. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you'd like, you could look at some of the videos that we've posted on the Belmopan City Council Facebook page. I think it was about 3 series of videos that Councillor Enriquez had recorded as the business councillor. And he walked through the approach for the new Trade License Act. Right? So that's regarding the trade license. Regarding your other question of the possibility of a food court in some of the green areas, as you should know, this is the Garden City. We are trying to hold on. Make it go, no clap there. We're trying to hold on to as much greens as we can. Now, that area that you referred to by the GG field, that portion of land is actually where the Prime Minister's office sits. And a recent move that the Prime Minister embarked on was to to assign portions of his parcel of land to other ministries. I think Beltrade was one of the offices. Attorney General's ministry was another office. And if I'm not mistaken, Ministry of Defense, National Security, that should be also getting a portion of land around that GG Public Service Union area. There is another portion behind St. Anne's, which I think it was around 2 acres or just a bit more than that, which previous mayor had already committed to the St. Anne's School for expansion of their educational facility. So this council has accepted to honor that assignment. So we are in process of trying to get that through to ensure that it's legal, right? But what we're trying to do is, or the approach we're trying to do to implement what you're asking is we want to try and implement small food courts at all the parks. So the approach we're starting with, and we started at the Parque de las Americas, since that is the park that is presently utilized the most on weekends. That was the park selected, where we are building public bathrooms. These public bathrooms is being implemented through a PPP, a public-private partnership, where a turnstile charging mechanism will be implemented. And the proceeds from this public bathroom will be used to pay that project off. That will be replicated at all the parks. Once we have these facilities in place, the next step will be to set up something like market stalls or food stalls at these different parks to encourage more economic development in those areas. The other question regarding the very complicated topic of land. As you know, City Council has no authority when it comes to assignment of land. We manage land in the tax area, but we have not considered anything like what you proposed, where we would try to broker a deal for UB to give up some land and their issued land somewhere else. The approach we have taken for now is the city expansion approach. We are exploring, along with this city expansion approach, is again further PPPs or new PPPs with private landowners, where we will then be able to offer land, both residential and commercial, to the residents of the Belmopan area. But that is something that, as you know, takes a little bit of time. So that is the approach we're trying to take. I believe that the University of Belize land, which was assigned to them because of educational benefits for the country, I think they have also allocated some of these spaces already to other institutions that go along with educational institutions. I know of a couple. I can't remember any of the names off the top of my head, but I do know that there are numerous lands that UB has allocated space for different offices.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, don't leave, don't leave. We're going to take a couple more questions because it's getting late. So a couple more questions and then we're going to call it a wrap. I have one more here, Mayor, that they're asking an update on the drain on East Ring Road across from Half Moon. It's uprooted, and what is happening there?
I believe they might be referring to the culvert, the box culvert that was built by the lift station. Okay. Yes, that project was is designated to be to host a bookstore. The developer had gone through numerous iterations of design along with different engineers to try and design an entry to the property that would be safe and would not endanger the pedestrians and the traffic on the East Ring Road. So the way that entry was designed, it was designed in an approach where the box culvert would be built on top of the drain to utilize as a turning lane. This was not possible to be done inside the property because of the BWS lines that run under that segment beside the drainage system. So the developer would not have been able to concrete that segment. So with this approach, it was approved by CBA, but unfortunately the construction team built the box culverts a couple of inches too thin. So because of that, if you notice when you're walking or driving beside that little area, you notice that the regular drain has blocks sitting just inside the drainage system. So a stop order was issued to the developers until they can break it down and rectify it, because we could not allow them to change the structure of the drainage system, since it's one of the main and oldest drains in the city.
Okay, I think this might be our last question here. Another resident is asking what will be done about the entrance and exit to and from the new Atlantic Bank.
Okay, the entrance and exit by the Atlantic Bank area, I believe they are referring to the West Ring Road segment. I believe that's the area they're referring to. The Forest Drive entrance, I have not heard of any accidents or issues happening at that portion, but we've heard numerous accidents on the exit portion of that Atlantic Bank side that comes out close to yes, on the Constitution Drive corner with West Ring Road. That segment, if you look at the driveway itself, it was designed and built with a right turn. So when people are coming out, the correct direction that they should take is a right turn only. We have requested from Atlantic Bank for them to kindly put up a sign at that specific exit which says no left turn, right turn only. We spoke also about the exit that is a little bit closer to the builder's hardware side. If you'll notice, there's a big gate there with a double exit, and that segment was built with the angle going left and right. So that corner or that exit will be opened by Atlantic Bank when they start utilizing their drive-through ATMs. Once that is opened, it will allow for left turns while exiting Atlantic Bank.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. Okay, I think that will be it for questions. I think that, well, Mayor, you just sit down. You said you had one final announcement you wanted to do, and then after that, we'll be calling on Councillor Santos to give us the thank you.
Thank you, Brother JB. I just wanted to make one announcement with hopes that it will encourage people to comply. The Belmopan City Council will be having a raffle on the 31st of March 2026. The raffle will be for one parcel of land in Belmopan. To qualify for this raffle, you have to be, I will say, customer, for lack of a better word at this point in time, of the Belmopan City Council. So, if, I will just use my brother Petillo's name for now, if Nigel has a business, he would very likely, on his property, he would very likely be paying property tax, garbage fee, trade license. Once Brother Petillo does not owe any arrear on all of his services with the council, he will automatically be entered in the raffle. If he owed 10 cents on the garbage fee and the other two clear, I'm sorry, but he will not qualify to be in the raffle. All right, so I just wanted to make that announcement so that we're hoping that this will encourage our residents to comply with their debts, their taxes. All right, so I just wanted to add that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor, and for residents viewing. I'm certain that as we get into next year, we're going to be advertising that on our Facebook page. So I want to also, encourage everybody to keep up with what's happening at the council. Our Facebook page is pretty active. That in itself also has increased as far as activity. So if you want to know what's going on with the council or councillors, the mayor, follow us on Facebook. We also are on Instagram as well. So at this time, I'd like to call on our Councillor Radin Santos for a little thank you message.
Good evening, everyone. Please excuse me, my voice. I want to extend sincere thank you to everybody present tonight. Those joining us online, the management and staff of the City Council, the mayor, fellow councillors, also to the other two councillors who couldn't make it. A special thank you also goes out to our business community. Your confidence in us throughout 2025 and your continued partnership have been invaluable. We truly appreciate your support and we look forward to even greater collaboration as we move into 2026. Meetings like this are essential. They allow us to report openly on our work, hear directly from our residents, strengthen transparency, and ensure that the decisions made reflect the needs and priorities of our city. It is through shared dialogue that we continue building a stronger and more resilient Belmopan. Also, thank you to the staff of the Belmopan City Council. And we look forward to December, prior to that with the staff, 20th. We look forward to December 20th. Party, somebody say. Ali shaking, Ali dancing. I don't mind community service with Ambassador and with Mr. Salam. But I will still end it here, Mr. Wade, and thanks again, everybody, for coming out tonight, and everybody, all of our viewers online. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you again, Belmopan. Thank you again, City Council and Councilors and Mayor. Everybody, have a good night. Thank you.